Sweet the whispers in your ear whenever ember wanders near.
You know what? We're jumping in. Why not? We're jumping in. Okay. Apparently, Count only need to watch the start, not the whole vid. Okay. All right. Well, okay, just the start. Here we go.
Farage has called this by-election in Clacton to avoid scrutiny over his £5 million bung, but it's completely backfired him because his main opposition is Count Binface, and the right-wing reaction to this has been hilarious. Let's get into the clip of Dan Wooten losing it over exposing the real identity of Count Binface. This one is good because they know Nigel Farage is a complete joke, and this is one of the most damaging things that could happen to Nigel Farage.
Breaking right now, I can unmask Count Binface, the so-called politician trying to beat Nigel Farage in Clacton, and let's just be honest, getting a huge amount of help from the mainstream media in order to do so. I can unmask him as a leftist wannabe comedian who writes for the vile Ian Hislop on the BBC's Have I Got News for You?
Wait. Okay. The very attitude of this guy has me pushing X to doubt right now. Just the way this man, this guy is presenting himself like an over-the-top movie tabloid person. I'm wondering if we're being trolled. I legit wonder if we're getting trolled right now.
Let me show you the real Count Binface, given he wants to make a big play in this by-election. Here he is, John Harvey. This is the dude, this is the leftist behind the mask. And
it's almost like we live in a democracy, and if you want to run against a grifter who is avoiding scrutiny over his...
This feels like a tabloid. This feels like tabloid journalism. This feels like tabloid journalism. Yeah, how does it? Let's see if he gives us evidence.
You know,
why is him being left matter so much to the guy? My guess is that guy that's acting like a tabloid journalist is probably like, you know, there's a lot of people in the UK right now that hate the left. There's a lot. Like, the left is basically the Labour Party right now, and there's a lot of people that hate it because of what the left has been doing to the country. Like, the left is responsible for the mass migration, for basically being racist, you know, for having all police be racist against white people, and if you're brown, you can do anything you want. Like, that's like left. And so my guess is this tabloid guy is probably very right-wing, and it's like, yeah, using it as like a boogeyman thing. And like, so what is he defining as left wing? So let's see if he has anything to substantiate.
Almost like people should be allowed to do that, maybe? No? Not if you're a leftist. No leftists. We're going to get rid of the leftists.
Given all of...
I mean, if you're like left-leaning, sure, whatever. If you're a leftist, that's basically an SJR. Leftist is synonymous with SJR these days. So he's obviously, this tabloid guy is obviously saying this guy is far left, he's woke, he's SJR. That's what he's trying to say.
All of a sudden, the BBC thinks that this is a man we should be interviewing.
I have no doubt that this guy is also extremely left, is very SJR. I have no doubt about that.
Lots of the left-wing establishment media are trying to push him to beat Nigel Farage. Let's actually talk about who this guy really is. Because at this point, as the Daily Telegraph today reports, Count Binface set to be the only major challenger to Nigel Farage. In a series of interviews, Farage has admitted this is not what he expected. And the by-election, I believe, is massively backfiring on Reform UK. Even the future Prime Minister.
Yeah, that was to be expected. It was 100% expected that this was going to backfire on Farage. Like, this is no shock to anybody that actually has half a brain.
Andy Burnham now weighing in, posting, always worth knowing when bin day is. And when Newsnight host
And
Paddy
her
O'Connell
Paradox is
tried
so
to
cute.
unmask
I
Count
can't
Binface
handle
live
her.
on air,
She's so cute.
he ended up being mocked, and the program ended up being mocked as a souped-up podcast.
Right. Why don't you bin off the bin on Newsnight now? We know that your name is John, and we know really a lot about you. Isn't this time, for serious times, to bin off the bin?
Oh, here we go. I mean, has anyone here seen Return of the Jedi? Nobody wants to know what's underneath the recyclone. It's disgusting. It's absolutely putrefying. No, if you want to be serious with me, I'll tell you, you want to talk to Count Binface, and then you get me on Newsnight, and you start trying to deconstruct a character. I would say, what are we doing here? On a program which used to construct proper investigative journalism, and now is a souped-up podcast, Paddy.
When Nigel Farage posted on X, just popped into this cafe in Walton, they still have my leaflets from 2024 on display. Piers Morgan weighed in. 6 more weeks of campaigning to beat a bin and get the seat back that he just voluntarily quit. This is tragic.
True.
Not wrong.
And now, even within GB News,
Like, bear in mind, what Nigel Farage did was a stunt. Nigel Farage 100% did this as a publicity stunt from the very beginning. This is him saying, look, I'm all for Britain. I'm going to give up my seat and then run again to prove that, to prove that, you know, I am for the people. I'm working for the whim of the people. This was all a stunt in the first place. If it backfires on him and Count Binface actually gets elected, I will laugh my ass off. That will be hilarious if Count Binface actually beats Nigel Farage. That will be hilarious.
there are growing fears. Wait for it. I don't think it will happen, but there are growing fears that Count Binface could end up beating Farage.
I would love
with
it.
the political editor Christopher Hope.
I would love this.
Writing, if you add up the votes for the candidates for the Conservatives, Labour, Liberal Democrats and Greens in the Clacton constituency at the 2024 general election, Nigel Farage would have lost by nearly 3,000 votes. If the major parties can unite behind one candidate, even Count Binface, Farage could lose. And clearly this is a farcical situation, given it has also emerged that Count Binface would be unable to attend Parliament in his costume. We're building a community that isn't a...
Rico, why not? Let the man... What? Your Parliament is a joke anyway. Why not just roll with it and let him show up at Parliament in the full Binface costume? Your government's a joke anyway. This just adds on to it and it would actually be, it would legitimately be funny this time. Always. But again, like the way that guy was presenting himself, he felt very like 80s or 90s tabloid journalist, like, I'm going to speak in a way that's going to shock and horrify you. Because I know something that you don't. And by the way, we never got any proof that Count Binface is actually this comedian that writes for the BBC. There was never any evidence to substantiate it. It was all, okay, they went on the podcast and they go, oh, well, your name is John. And that's it. Now, there is more to it. I don't know if I want to look through all of this. There is a bit more. Okay, there is a news article that says that he is a former comedy writer. By the way, it's former comedy writer, not current comedy writer, apparently. So yeah, he is a former comedy writer. That's it. Yeah, wears a large bin-shaped helmet, exposed to target, suspected target reform UK leader. Harvey is a married father of 2, has worked for the past 7 years as comedian and scriptwriter after graduating from Oxford University with a degree in classics. So, yeah, he was a scriptwriter for the BBC. Former scriptwriter. And he's a comedian. So what? the guy, the tabloid guy, like losing. See, this is where, you know, obviously the tabloid guy is very right wing. This is where it's like I will criticize people on the right just like I will on the left, and this right wing guy is flipping his shit about he's a so-called comedian. You know, he's throwing out these bullshit labels. He's a leftist. Okay, how is he a leftist? Number one, so-called comedian and used to work for the BBC. It's like, okay, hang on. Let me see something here. Hang on. Let me see if I can find something here. There we go. Got it. Okay. All right, let's take a look at this. Okay, let's put the tail away. Let's take a look at this. We're gonna dig into this, chat. We're gonna dig in this. We're gonna look at the man himself, and we're gonna take a look at his wife too, because there's also an article about his wife. So let's see. Lifting the lid on Count Binface's real life as comedic candidate takes on political elite. It's become one of Britain's most recognizable novelty election candidates. Behind the silver cape is an award-winning comedic writer. Okay. Count Binface, the dustbin-headed political outsider who has turned election campaigning into a comedy act, is preparing for one of the biggest challenges yet, taking on Nigel Farage in the Clacton by-election. The self-styled intergalactic space warrior first caught wider attention when Sky News political correspondent John Craig was interrupted during a live report at the Makerfield by-election by the unusual candidate, who arrived wearing his trademark silver cape and thin helmet. Craig initially appeared keen to return to the studio, but was encouraged by his producer to speak to Binface, leading to an exchange that quickly went viral. During the interview, the eccentric candidate promised policies including a $2 price cap on weekend kebabs, forcing cyclists who break road rules to ride unicycles, and rerouting HS2 through the home of railway executives. One viewer described the clip as the greatest 2 minutes and 44 seconds of television they had seen. I may actually have to look up this clip. Hold up. Do we have the clip? Do we have the clip? No, that's not it. I may have to look up the clip. Behind the costume is John Harvey, a 46-year-old comedy writer and producer whose credits include shows such as Have I Got News for You and The Thick of It. Now, Harvey's alter ego is set to gain even greater attention after becoming one of the few challengers willing to stand against Farage and Clacton after several major parties chose not to contest the seat. The contest has already been branded by critics as a political stunt, but Binface believes his unconventional approach could appeal to voters looking for an alternative. In a recent appearance on Today, Binface joked that he had been traveling back to his fictional home planet Sigma 9, when he heard about Farage's campaign. I got wind of that, and I turned around the starship pronto. Asked why voters should choose him, he replied, "I'm not Nigel Farage." And I hate to say it, man's got a point. Man absolutely has a point. The character has attracted support from unexpected quarters, with politicians including Kemi Badenoch and Dan Jarvis offering playful endorsements, states a report by the Daily Mail. Binface is understood to have first entered electoral politics in 2019 when he stood against Boris Johnson in Uxbridge, campaigning on a manifesto that included moving a pub toilet hand dryer. He received just 69 votes. Because of course he did. Because of course he got 69 votes. This man is too based for fucking words. Even without trying to be based, he is based with 69 votes. We got the video. Cool. On that occasion, losing his deposit, but has continued to stand in elections, including mayoral contests and parliamentary races. When he challenged Rishi Sunak in the 2024 general election, he increased his vote share to 308. Come back to this. Harvey said his inspiration comes partly from Screaming Lord Sutch, the long-standing satirical politician who contested dozens of elections under the banner of the official monster raving Ludi Party. The comic writer has also spoken about how his family shaped his career, including his father's influence through British sitcoms. Thank you, Sinbad. and his own experiences of loss. After his father's death in 2005 and the sudden death of his older brother Dan a decade later, Harvey turned to sport as a way of dealing with grief. He documented that journey in his book, A Fan for All Seasons, which explored his attempt to attend a wide range of sporting events after inheriting his brother's Crystal Palace season ticket. Today, Harvey lives with his wife, actress and voice artist Sarah Dykin, and their 2 children. As Count Binface, he continues to release deliberately absurd policies, including proposals involving celebrity hair, London's nightlife, and fictional government reforms. But beneath the jokes, the character is becoming a long-running experiment in political satire, and one that now finds itself at the center of a serious election contest. Let's see this. Can we see it? Can we see it? Okay, hang on. I'm gonna have to find this. I'm gonna have to locate this. Hang on. Let's see if I can find it on Twitter. See how you find the clip. Here we go. I think this is it. This would be it. No. Hang on. Let me find it. I can't tell. It's. Okay. Oh, this is an old one. So this was perhaps an old one. Who was arriving? Oh no, Brady's trademark. Let's see. Could this be it? Hang on. Let's see if this is it. I don't think it is, but we'll take a look.
Dysfunction, Count Binface here, intergalactic space warrior, and I'm speaking to you from my starship, the Alba.
Oh no, this is just him. This is just him talking. Well, it's like regardless. This could get interesting. Now let's see. They did a follow up. Because this was done on July 9th. So this was done a couple days ago. They all and the Daily Mail also put this out where they interviewed his wife. So let's see about his wife. Maybe we'll get some more on this. Like many modern Westminster wives. Wow. Say that 5 times fast. Many modern Westminster wives. Many modern Westminster. Many wives. I see the need. There you go. Couldn't do it. I tried. Couldn't do it. She may have to juggle the demands of career and family as well as act as a trusted confidant and potential vote winner herself. Now, Sarah Dykin is set to be thrust into the spotlight as the most unlikely of political wives, as her partner, as her husband. He's freaking married. Why? Why, Daily Mail? Why would you not say her husband? What, Daily Mail? Why are you allergic to calling a woman's husband? They are married. She is his wife. He is her husband. What the fuck's wrong here? Daily Mail. Seriously. Yeah, because woke. Fuck woke. Fuck woke. Fuck DEI. Fuck the SCRs. Okay, let me fix the Daily Mail's basic grammatical error. Now, Sarah Dykin is set to be thrust in the spotlight as the most unlikely of political wives, as her husband prepares to go head-to-head in history's most bizarre by-election showdown. She is the wife of Count Binface, the trash can helmeted intergalactic space warrior who has stood as a novelty candidate against Britain's political leaders in a series of elections in recent years. With no traditional candidates in the ballot, Count Binface is now set to be the only major challenger to Nigel Farage at the upcoming Clacton by-election, raising the prospect he could actually win the farcical two-war showdown. As a mother of 2, Sarah, 41, will be by his side when the victor is announced after voting is expected to take place next month. When Count Binface claims to be a recyclon from the planet Sigma-9, as well as a fan of classic TV show Lovejoy, he is really the alter ego of 46-year-old comedian John Harvey. When he is not standing for high office, John is also a writer-producer who has worked on hits such as The Thick of It, Not Got News View. Sarah also has a sense of humor and is in the comedy business. Aw, they look so cute. They look so cute together. Aw. What a lovely couple. She has worked in television, radio, and theater, as well as performing live with his sister Lizzie as part of a comedy duo. Their act, Called Toby, was a cult hit at the Edinburgh Fringe and Soho Theatre. She and Lizzie have also become Sunday Times bestselling authors after writing the Mr. Men for Grown-Ups parody series. Sarah dubbed herself the Countess when she planted a cheek on her husband. See, they called him husband here. Why didn't they call him her husband up there? They have no problem doing it here. Planting a kiss on her husband's metal head after he stood against Sadiq Khan at the election for London Mayor 2024. Damn, if only he'd beaten Sadiq. The couple happily shared their prospects of their lives on social media. When they moved into their new home in 2021, Sarah wrote on Instagram, "Not even a broken down car could keep us from getting the keys to our new country home. It's taken over £100,000 in rent each to get here. And yes, we couldn't afford anything in London, but we made it. Once allowed, all city dweller friends are welcome. Bring wellies." Shortly afterwards, let's see. Okay. Maybe we'll watch that unmasking part there. Shortly afterwards, they toasted the arrival of a pet puppy or baby Ewok they called Peggy Wolfington. The family was further expanded when Rowan was born in October of 2021, and the couple went on to get married the following September. Sarah said that despite suffering tonsillitis, laryngitis, and conjunctivitis in the week running up to their wedding, courtesy of Rowan's nursery, it really was the most wonderful day. She added at the time, "Yes, it had a Beatles theme. Yes, it was at our local castle. Yes, we raved to buttery biscuit base. Our gorgeous guests, plied with French martinis, generously cheered us on throughout the day." Sarah later revealed that after mostly surviving round 1, she was going for round 2 when she became pregnant with Penelope, who was born in January. She said she'd never imagined I'd be having another baby at 40. Later adding, "Turns out it's possible at the grand age of 40 to start again." Wow. Wow. That's bravo. Bravo. Having a child at 40. Good on her. Congratulations back then to her. That she was able to have it, that she was able to get pregnant and have a child at 40. That is really unusual. Bravo, madame. Bravo. But check back with me in a few years when I'm running after her as she careers toward the road on a balanced bike, and I'll review the sentiment. In May, John told how becoming a father again had meant he had not slept in his own bed in more than a year. He said that due to his snoring and following a difficult pregnancy, he had moved out of the marital bedroom to give mother and baby the best possible chance for a restful night. Writing of his experiences in the Sunday Times, he said, "So last April, our living room started doubly as my studio flat. Every night since then, once Sarah goes up to co-sleep with the baby and child want to soundly sleep in bedroom 2, I brush my teeth in the kitchen, then unfold the rickety blue chair bed, which a neighbor had slung out on the front drive. In the comfort stakes, it's on par with the barracks and the celebrity SAS Who Dares Win, but it's long enough to fit my body, so compared to our sofa, it's a promotion." John, a passionate Tottenham Hotspur supporter, I have no idea who that is, has also written a book called A Fan for All Seasons, Journey Through Life. It chronicles his love of the game and his connection through sport with his older brother Dan, who died unexpectedly aged 43 in 2015 after suffering undiagnosed diabetes. Aww. He is now set to busier than ever. Okay, they can grammar. He is now set to be, Daily Mail, busier than ever. See, what is this? When some redhead enemy cat girl on the internet has to correct the writers at the Daily Mail on basic grammar. Seriously. Get better, scrubs at the Daily Mail. He is now set to be busier than ever after Mr. Farage quit as Clacton's MP in the face of increasing scrutiny over his finances. The Reform UK leader saying he wanted to be judged by the people of his constituency rather than the establishment. Translation, Farage basically pulled a publicity stunt. That's what this is. When he quit the Claxton MP in the face of increasing scrutiny over his finances, this was a publicity stunt. To basically just go, look, the people actually do want me, and guess what? The people may not want him, and they may want Count Binface instead, which will be hilarious if that's the case. And thank you, Kim. Thank you very much. Analysts have suspected the move could backfire, and Count Binface is waiting in the wings to heap by-election embarrassment on the Reform UK leader. The comedian began his political life as Lord Buckethead, taking on Theresa May in her Maidenhead constituency during the 2017 general election. And that's how I knew him. I did not realize he'd been forced to rebrand as Count Binface. I always knew him as Lord Buckethead. But I guess apparently there was a copyright thing. Yeah, there it is. After a copyright dispute over the name, Count Binface emerged to challenge Boris Johnson, the then Prime Minister in Uxbridge and South Ruislip at the 2019 general election. He came in 7th with 69 votes. Nice. So yeah, that's like Lord Buckethead is how I was. And he had honestly, I think he had a better costume because when he had Lord Buckethead, it was more, let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find his costume. I think I showed it to you before, but let's see. Yeah, this was Lord Buckethead's costume. Yeah, here we go. This was his old costume. It is his old. This was his old Lord Buckethead costume. Like his new Count Binface one is more detailed. He did get more detail with his Count Binface, but I like the aesthetic of Lord Buckethead. It's clean. I like the more the taller, elongated Buckethead versus the more squat Binhead. It's just from an aesthetic standpoint, I just like the Lord Buckethead look better. I do. His Count Binface is more detailed. Aesthetically, Buckethead is more pleasing. In 2024, he challenged Rishi Sunak in his Richmond and North Allerton seat. Most recently, Count Binface came 7th at the Markfield by-election, receiving 95 votes and 0.2% of public support after standing against Andy Burnham. As he learned of his imminent return to Westminster, Burnham ended up sandwiched between Count Binface and a candidate dressed as a fox. Oh my God! Look at this man's face. Look at this man. This is the face of a man that's going, why am I here? Just to suffer? This is literally the face of the Metal Gear meme. Oh, and what's worse is like, Lord Binface's costume is nice. It's detailed, obvious work was put into it. Look at the fox. They didn't even put effort into the fox costume. Oh, sorry. They did not even put any effort into the fox costume. How sad is this? Oh my God. Because they understood he is as much of a joke as the other two. I mean, probably not wrong. On Wednesday, Mr. Burnham shared a photograph of himself shaking hands with Count Binface at the Makerfield Count, joking on X, always worth knowing when Bin Day is. Both Conservatives and Labour have signaled their support for Count Binface in his fight against Mr. Farage. Tory leader Kenny Badenoch told Sky News, if it's the people versus the establishment, I think Nigel Farage might be looking like the establishment and Count Binface might be the people. Why? Oh, holy crap. Okay, let's look at the beat. Can we get All right, let's look at him on the Daily Mail.
Serious Times.
Right.
Why don't you bin off the bin on Newsnight now? We know that your name is John, and we know really a lot about you. Isn't this time for Serious Times to bin off the bin?
Oh, here we go. I mean...
What? I have a better
British
response.
Politics is becoming like Mystery Science Theater 3000 and Monty Python combined.
And I'm here for it. I'm 100% here from it. But the perfect response. Okay, listen to this man's question again.
Times to bin off the bin.
Oh, here we go.
Wait, let me get it from the start.
And we know really a lot about you. Isn't this time for Serious Times to bin off the bin?
Why? Your parliament hasn't been serious for years. Why of all of a sudden are you saying it's serious times now? Nigel Farage hasn't been serious for God knows how long. So why are you demanding that I be serious when none of them are serious? But let's hear what his response is.
Oh, here we go. I mean, has anyone here seen Return of the Jedi? Nobody wants to know what's underneath a recyclone. It's disgusting. It's absolutely putrefying. No, if you want to be serious with me, I'll tell you, you want to talk to Count Binface, and then you get me on Newsnight, and you start trying to deconstruct a character. I would say, what are we doing here? On a program which used to construct proper investigative journalism, and now is a souped-up podcast, Paddy.
Well,
Got him! Colon then out. You used to actually do journalism maybe 30 years ago. Now you're a door-writing joke. Fucking got him. Well said, good Count Binface.
I mean, a souped-up podcast is where people want to know about transparency. And this is the point. You're not transparent, and that's the criticism being made of Nigel Farage.
They don't get... No. They act like it's something totally different. They're like, oh, the people want transparency, and that's the criticism of Nigel Farage. So shouldn't you have transparency? They know his name. His name is being broadcast. They know his name. They know what he does for work. They know he has a wife. They know he has 2 children. The transparency is out there. Who cares? So he wants to wear the Count Binface costume. That's not him not being transparent. That's my man playing the game. That's my man flipping the script on these journalists and going, cool, you want to pretend like you're a real journalist? I'm going to show up with the Count Binface costume and you can interview me. That's about the level of credibility that you deserve. So here I am. I'm the candidate. How about you speak to me with some fucking respect? Because I am one of the candidates. Doesn't matter that I'm wearing a Binface costume. Doesn't matter what I have to say. How about you treat me like the candidate that I am that's running against Nigel Farage and is a real fucking threat to him? That's what they're ignoring and they're terrified of. They're terrified that he's a legit threat to Nigel Farage. And it's hilarious. Oh my God. Huh. Oh, goodness me. Okay. I hope he wins. I really do. Because they're discounting him because he's a comedian. Binface has run in multiple elections. He's like we saw that. He's run in multiple elections. The whole thing is this reaction when something bad happens in the UK, they always divert their attention. With this one, I mean, they get what they deserve. They want to treat their own politics like it's a fucking joke. Expect to have a joke candidate. And you know what? Expect the people at this point to actually elect the joke candidate versus the establishment guy that's been screwing them over for years. Fuck around and find out. I would laugh my ass off if Count Binface actually gets elected. I would laugh my ass off. Kids, guess what? Wouldn't it be a kick in the ass if Count Binface gets elected and actually ends up being a politician for the people? What if he's actually good at the job? What if that happens? Count Binface gets elected instead of Nigel Farage. Nigel Farage, go put the fries in the back. Count Binface gets elected. He shows up on his first day of Parliament and starts kicking ass. How much crow do you think they'll start eating if that happens? Because I legit don't know if Count Binface is like someone that could operate in politics. I do not know. I had not like looked into him. I have no idea. All of his entire personality is hidden behind the Binface, the Binface joke. He's made, obvious humorous stuff. He has not actually talked about anything. I haven't heard about him bringing up any real issues. But what if he's good at the job? Wouldn't that be something? If the guy that gets in on as a joke actually can do the job better than the establishment politician that's been doing it for years. That would be awesome. I'd fucking love that. Do we even know his policies? No. No clue. No clue what his policies are. Let's see if I can find something. Let's see if I can find something on Lord Binface. See what this is. No. There you go. Let's see if I can find something. You know what? Let's go to the source. Let's go to the source. Yeah, why not? Hang on. Go to the you. This is on we're on Count Binface's own website. Obviously a skewed metric here. But he's got this video here that looks like a YouTube video. Music Clear Bonkers interview the greatest 2 minutes of television ever. Okay, so this was that interview he was talking about.
Oh my goodness. A man with a bin on his head. And it's not the Tory candidate. Looks like something out of Star Wars. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, I better
to talk to him.
No,
John.
I'm going to hand you back to. I'm going to. Oh right.
He wanted to talk to him.
You want to talk to me?
Yeah, go on then.
Go on then.
Right.
Back to the nation.
Who are you?
My name. What kind of journalist is this? You don't know? Have a look.
I've got my list here.
Burnham.
No, I realise that. Oh, you're Count Binface, yeah?
There you go. You did go to journalism school. Excellent. Yes,
A long time ago.
I beg your pardon?
I said a long time ago.
Yeah. Oh well, I wouldn't have known.
Why,
You're
why are you standing in this election? Just a stunt?
It's A, because it's happening. B, I was at a loose end. C, because I believe elected mayors should serve out their terms before they're eligible to stand for Parliament.
Oh, you've made a sensible serious political point there.
Well, no, you're supposed to be impartial, mate. So let me carry on. I'm going to rephrase the traffic lights on Liverpool Road. I'll price cap Wigan kebabs at £2. I'll make cyclists who disobey the highway code have to ride unicycles instead. And I will turn HS2 into FFS1 and reroute it.
Not going to swear, are you?
No, I'm perfectly... Although we are past the watershed, but don't worry, I'm a...
No, we don't want you swearing, please.
I promise I won't. I'm a good boy. And no, but I'm going to reroute it through rail executives' homes. I'm going to build at least one affordable house. I mean, I could go on. What's Andy said he's going to do?
What affordable house?
He said lots he's going to do, and he changes his mind from time to time. But anyway, are you going to save your deposit? Probably not.
No, in a word. But if I could beat the Tories or the Lib Dems, that would be quite funny.
Yeah,
Yes.
I suppose they wouldn't find it very funny, though, would they? How many votes do you think you're going to get?
Well, I'd be happy with one.
Do you live in the constituency?
I do tonight.
Well, it sounds as though you don't.
What do you?
No, of course not. I don't live here, no.
So why should I?
Well, a lot of candidates like to boast that they're local. You're obviously not too concerned about that.
Well, I'm looking at the putative Prime Minister Nigel Farage. He spends more time in America than in Clacton. So why should
You don't think Mr. Burnham's the putative Prime Minister, then?
Well, they both putatas, that they will be the next PM. But I think at least Andy feels like he's slightly local to the area. But that's something. If I was to win...
He used to be the MP for Lee, just not very far from here.
Exactly. If I win, I swear...
That's not going to happen.
Well, exactly. So I'm going to say, I swear I'll move to Makerfield if I win.
Okay, all right. I'm sure they'll all be delighted. Well, I'm sure there's other people who want to interview you. Thank you for talking to Sky News.
It's my pleasure. Well interviewed. Well done.
This man. I love this man. He's fantastic.
Well, Anna, I think I got the short straw there.
Got a crowd of people watching that. I mean, people were filming you interviewing Count Binface, and I'm afraid for me, you've lost your by-election king crown.
That's the overwhelming point. He does have points, but they're kind of getting lost in the comedy. But you can pick them out and go, wait a minute. Yeah, that makes a good point.
Because you didn't know who he was, and everybody knows who Count Binface is. Let's be honest about it. But anyway, he's still there. He won't leave you now. Of course, I don't live in the area. Was the mantle? Go on, John.
Yeah.
What do you think about how the other...
I was going to say, I don't normally interview those sort of candidates, but I think you bullied me into doing that.
No, he's not coming back. Okay. All right, let's look at his interview. They do an interview on LBC. Let's see this interview.
Yesterday, you may remember, we reported on Nigel Farage's decision to resign his seat of Clacton-on-Sea to trigger a by-election.
I've thought about it hard, and I've decided today I will resign as a Member of Parliament for Clacton-on-Sea, thereby forcing a by-election, which would happen, I hope, in short.
By the way, for anybody that says, "Oh, a comedian's gonna be a member of government," you've already mentioned Reagan was president, Trump is president. Yeah, with Trump, yeah, you could say he's a businessman, but everybody knows him from TV. He was TV first and foremost, above business, obviously. Yeah, you have Zelensky. Also, Al Franken. Al Franken was a comedian who became a great congressman. So, like, there is plenty of precedence. Yeah, well, the Japanese prime minister wasn't, I don't think she was a comedian. She was a drummer in a metal band. Yeah, Jesse Ventura was the governor of Minnesota. Arnold Schwarzenegger was the governor of California. Like, we have had actors and comedians take on positions of government multiple times in the past. So the idea of, oh, Count Binface could be elected, pshaw, he's a stupid comedian wearing a costume. And we've had entertainers that became government representatives before. So, I mean, Brandon, he's a YouTuber, sure. I would not put Brandon quite in the same vein. Brandon is a YouTuber, but I wouldn't put him in the same category as, say, Reagan or Schwarzenegger or Ventura or Al Franken.
I can't handle it.
Not
She's just so
quite.
She's so cute.
He's a content creator, but he also discusses history. And he discusses weapons and things like that. I wouldn't even call it. No, Brandon's not an influencer. I definitely would not classify as an influencer. But Brandon is. It's like I see the parallel, but I wouldn't put him into the same category as the others. But yeah, it's again, there is a precedent for someone coming from an entertainment background becoming a politician and winning elections.
Order. No, I've decided that the people of Clacton should be the judges.
Well, he was
of
also a
my
medical
actions.
doctor that went into TV.
This will be a people versus the establishment by-election.
True. Also, yeah, Kane from WWE. Yeah, he did get elected to mayor, I think. Yeah. Oh, I forget the gentleman's name, but yeah, the guy who played Kane in the WWE became a mayor. Yeah. There is precedent.
But what I hadn't fully thought
Glenn
through
Jacobs,
at the
yes.
time was that with only one candidate standing against him, Count Binface, it is possible that Binface beats Farage. We are, after all, the country which voted to christen a ship Boaty McBoatface. We have a long tradition of
Yes, I forgot about that. How are you going to discount Count Binface when literally the country voted to christen one of their ships Boaty McBoatface? And I think they did it. I'm pretty sure. Hang on. It's gone. Yeah, is part of a fleet of 6 over-the-horizon autonomous underwater vehicles of the Autosub long-range class. They literally voted to call it Boaty McBoatface, and they did it. And you're gonna basically try and laugh out Count Binface as possibly winning the nomination when you name your ship, when your people name your ships Boaty McBoatface? Yeah, Ned, this was done by a public vote. No, they didn't ignore the boat. They actually did it. They actually did it. March 2016. Oh, the suggestion to use the name for the mothership was not used. Oh, maybe, it didn't? Oh, that sucks. Okay, they did. I thought they did actually name it that. Hello? Rude.
Tradition of subversive humour. And I don't know, but I wouldn't rule anything out. Anyway, this periodic visitor from another galaxy has policies which may prove popular in Clacton. Nationalising model railways, for instance, and also...
Is that what they did? They named one of the rescue boats on board that ship, Bodie McBoatface? Okay. Yeah. Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Okay, so, yeah, it was the drone, but the ship itself that carries the drone was going to be named Bodie McBoatface. And they said, no, we're not going to do that, but they did name one of the drones. Okay.
Nationalising Adele, renaming London Bridge Phoebe Waller Bridge, and of course, moving the hand.
Right. We naming London Bridge to Phoebe Waller Bridge. Oh my God, I love this man. I fucking love this man. I can't vote for him, but damn it, he has my vote.
Dryer in the men's toilet in Uxbridge's Crown and Treaty pub to a more sensible position. He joined me a little earlier. I asked him, had he contemplated the worrying possibility that he might actually win this by-election?
Well, I mean, Andrew, thank you for your question. I mean, of course, I've computed every eventuality, and there is a small, a bit like Avengers Endgame, there is a small window of opportunity within which I actually become an MP. That is something which I think the British people would find hilarious, the rest of humanity would find hilarious, and
God,
dare I say, I would find hilarious too.
And of course, in terms of Nigel Farage's framing of this campaign, you now represent the entire British establishment.
Yes, quite. Well, I've been waiting for this, to be honest with you, Andrew. I mean, where's my invite to the Spectator Summer Party, to the Garrick Club, to Wimbledon Royal Box, to last night at the proms? Because I tell you this, if I am part of the establishment, I'm getting NFI'd to a lot of the good stuff.
Very good. And in terms of your actual policies, I read out a few of them earlier on. What do you think is going to resonate most with the people of Clapton?
Clapton's in London.
Okay, I'm sorry. Can we also appreciate the fact that this guy on LBC is giving a genuine interview? He's not like fucking around with it. He's kind of giving him an actual interview. He's actually asking him kind of serious questions. I fucking love this. And he's doing like, Binface is just doing one giant shit post. And I love every moment of this.
I know, I'm a Londoner, sorry.
Well, I'm from Sigma 9 and I get it right. You've got no excuse. But no, I take your point. You've got a lot of places to deal with.
For the people of Clacton, Clapton or anywhere else, what is the signature policy that's going to take you over the line?
Well, this is the thing, you see, Andrew. I mean, I'm not actually on the ballot yet. You know how it works. I need to persuade 10 humans who live in Clacton to nominate me. And indeed, other candidates can do that too. That's the wonder of democracy. And should I get on the ballot, then naturally, I will have a fully costed suite of policies that mixes the national and the local. But you can guarantee that I'll be looking at my price capping of 99 flakes at 99 pence. I mean, it's a seaside town. Yeah. That's got to be an easy win, wouldn't you say?
I think so. I think so.
National policies, nationalise Adele, build at least one affordable house, tie nurses' pay to that of ministers, rename London...
He may be joking, but that was a good one. That last one was a good one. Apply nurses' pay to that of the ministers. It may be humorous, but no, mate. Hell yes. Pay the ministers like nurses are paid. See how quickly they change their tune on everything. I like it.
Rename London Bridge after Phoebe Waller, bring back CFAX, and of course, move the hand dryer in the gents' toilets at the Crown and Treaty Pub, Uxbridge, to a more sensible position. Because as you can imagine, that's a national issue.
It certainly is. It's one that we've discussed on the show already because it is so important. If you got elected, do you realise that you would not be able to wear your current facial covering? The Commons rules, which I've got in front of me here, are very, very clear, and they forbid face coverings.
Well, I mean, the Commons rules are very clear about what you...
Based on how long they actually work, I don't get the nurses one. The nurses one is, like, ministers get paid a hell of a lot more than nurses do. And so if ministers got paid the same wages as a nurse, then they might actually try and do their jobs to do things right by the company, to make everybody, like, to do better for the country, because it actually, the policies would actually affect them too, given that they have the same wages as nurses and not these lauded ministers' wages where they can live like royalty. That's, I think, the point is. Then, when they aren't making their hundreds of thousands of pounds, but nurses get paid by the hour, again, exactly. So any parliamentarian that decides to just fuck off and not do their job, they don't get paid. So not only do they get the wage level of a nurse, but they get paid hourly. Which means if they want to get paid, they actually have to do their job. And actually, to that point, I think that should be done with North American politicians too. 100%. I absolutely think that North American politicians should be paid by the hour as well. That needs to be instituted. American, Canadian, institute hourly wage for the politicians. If they don't show up and do their job, they don't get paid. Look at how quickly they'll turn themselves around if they get an hourly wage instead of just getting an annual salary. That, you know, all of these politicians that don't bother showing up for their their committee meetings or their subcommittee meetings, where if they actually, like, spending time actually trying to work up their bills, and just, like, remember we heard about that one politician that was gone for like 3 months. Wait, what? Did this one politician disappear for 3 months? Nobody knew where he was. Now, you think he would have done that if he didn't get paid for it? Yeah. And if he did do it, maybe it'd be worth investigating. Okay, he's fucking off for 3 months without pay. What's he doing? Let's investigate that. Yeah. If you actually changed over every politician's pay to hourly, watch how quickly they'll actually do their jobs. They'll do it really quickly if you do that.
Forbid face coverings.
Well, I mean, the Commons rules are very clear about what you can do with donations. But that seems to have got all murky, so...
Fucking taste! Fucking... Days. This man is just spitting fire, and I love it. I freaking love it. He's like, they're trying to write him off as a joke, but anybody in the Clacton area that's going to be voting will see this and just go, "My man, I'm voting for that man." Even though he's a comedian, he's still got more sense than Nigel Farage.
Why can't I see how the line can get tested? I mean, look, if Black Rod can slip in under the guidelines, why can't I? It smacks of double standards, Andrew.
Well, let me just read you, for the sake of clarity, what it actually says. Clothing should demonstrate respect for the House, and uniforms, large slogan-bearing items, and other forms of demonstrative dress are generally not considered in order. I'm just closing my eyes and looking forward to you actually taking the oath.
Well, look, Andrew, I'm not a lawyer, but let's just pick on 2 words there. Demonstrative. I'm not demonstrative. This is just who I am. I'm a recycler.
Oh my god. He could actually flip the board and use their own rules against him. if he actually gets elected, shows okay, if someone can explain to me what the black rod wick means, I have no clue what that even means. So if someone can explain to me what he was talking about there, I'd appreciate it. But think about it, he basically just flips their rules against them, where he wins the election. He shows up for the swear-in, and they say, "Sir, you have to remove the costume," and he's like, "I identify as recycling. Are you telling me that my personal identity is not of value to this parliament? I identify as a recycling. Therefore, you have to respect my identity," and just use their own rules against them. Like, this man is straight spitting fucking facts, and if they don't allow it, then they just exposed the whole thing of how their self-identity means nothing, and that they're full of shit, and they just great, we already know this, but then they expose the whole world that they're all performative on the whole identity concept. Like, this man has an opportunity to do the most hilarious fucking thing I've ever seen. I hope to God he wins. I don't have much hope, realistically, but if he does, oh my God, this will be brilliant. This will be absolutely brilliant if he actually wins and can throw all of this into their face.
It would be binnist of the speaker to attack me for that one, and then you also use the phrase generally. So if there's not wriggle room there, then where is there? I say, bring it on.
And in terms of your allegiance to the king, which you'd have to swear if you became an MP.
He seems more like a moderate than leftist. You know what? Because chances are he probably is. That other guy we saw before, that whatever the hell he was, the tabloid journalist guy that was like, he's a leftist. Yeah, chances are he probably isn't. The tabloid journalist guy is probably all about extremes anyway. And if the guy is like just left of center, he's like, oh, he's an ugly leftist. And it's like, no, he's probably not. He's probably centrist, maybe slightly leftist. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that.
You come from another galaxy. Would you swear allegiance to Charles III?
Well, I understand you can just cross your fingers now and everything's hunky-dory. Is that right?
It's not right. I don't think it is, but some have done it. It's true. It has been done before. Just coming back to the campaign itself, is there a danger that, for instance, the monster raving loony party stands and splits the anti-Farage vote?
I think more to the point, it would. I think the danger would be Farage that they would split the reform votes, because they're actually to that side of the political spectrum, and I'm not entirely kidding on that one. So no, I'm quietly confident, and like I say, it's democracy. Let the people of Clacton have their say. There'll be plenty of candidates. I doubt it will be a two-horse race. I mean, hey, in this day and age, you might have candidates dressed up as horses. It's fair game.
It's fair game. This is all about really.
Wait, did I get a camp? Oh my God, did I completely blank out? I'm gonna have to look and see if I can find that. I'm gonna have to look and see if I can find that after this.
How Nigel Farage has funded himself or been funded. Can I therefore ask, serious question, who funds Count Binface?
Good question. Well, Count Binface, principally.
Okay, Tanashi, please DM it to me right now, please. I've completely forgotten that he did that. For the love of God, DM that to me. I want to pull that up on stream immediately after.
I got my old space piggy bank. It's quite...
Serious question. Who funds Count Binface?
Good question. Well, Count Binface, principally. I got my old space piggy bank. It's quite... I have to say, I don't want to, do a Penn and Teller here and lift the lid on the election process, but to be an MP, it's actually remarkably affordable. 500 quid to stand for an election. That's a bargain. Do you know how much it is to stand for London Mayor?
I have absolutely no idea.
10 grand.
10 grand.
Pounds. So,
that rules me out.
Speaking, but for those ones, I have to crowdfund. And, humans, they drop me the price of 3 affordable croissants, £3, or whatever they can muster, and that's very kind of them. But I'm not looking for your crypto. I'll let you into a secret, Andrew. I actually did get an email from somebody asking if I wanted to get involved in crypto. I thought, aha, that's what this is all about. I'm not falling for that one.
This could be quite a tight race. And lots of people who would normally vote Conservative or Labour or Liberal Democrat, but might be anti-reform, will come to you or may come to you. Are you actually going to fight a sort of serious door-by-door, street-by-street campaign in the seat?
No.
You're not?
Well, why should I? I don't have to do that. It's a heat wave, for goodness sake. It's hard enough sitting here talking to you, Andrew. Are you trying to kill me or what?
I'm not trying to kill you, but I am very, very much looking forward to the contest ahead.
Oh boy, I love this man, and yeah, he did. I forgot. I'm ashamed to admit I forgot about this. He did actually send me. I did actually get a streamiversary message from Count Binface. I did. I completely forgot about this.
Hi, Count Binface here, intergalactic space warrior and defeater of fascists at the London mayoral election. So, I'm a busy kind of guy, but I must take time out of my busy schedule to say a happy 2-year streamiversary to Ember. And not just any Ember, I'm talking about Ember Paradox, whose fame and glory has reached me, Count Binface, from across the galaxy, from your planet to mine. And it's not just me who wants to say well done, it's the mighty J10X as well. Both of us think you are fantastic, and I have to say, Ember, I'm pretty damn pleased that you like my stuff. No, this is not AI. I mean, I do try. And if I've tickled the funny bone of a wonderful human being who wears her heart on her sleeve, well, you've made this space warrior happy. So I say go forth, have the most fantastic streamiversary, Ember Paradox, have fun with J10X, and you know what? Whether you're V-tubbing or in the old analog omniverse like I live, all you gotta do is follow what I say, which is don't listen to any of those awful mainstream politicians in your life, in your elections, and your V-tubbing. Make it count.
I completely forgot I got that from him. Oh my, I feel so ashamed. I'm like so overwhelmed. Yeah, it's just... I love this man. I hope that God he wins. I hope he wins. If he wins, that will be the funniest damn thing ever. Count Binface. I don't know if you watch my streams. You know, J10 got me the cameo. I don't know if you watch the streams. I'm gonna put this on YouTube tomorrow. And if you see it, I legitimately hope you win. I really do. I legitimately hope that you win and you just flip the fucking table in Parliament. That would be amazing to see. Good luck to you. I am rooting for you, my guy.